Scott Schober is here to share his personal experience of getting hacked, and then he's going to offer us some tips on how to keep ourselves safe. Nice to have you back here, Scott.
Yeah, nice to be back. Thanks.
So tell us what happened.
Sure. Well, ironically, we were the victim of a cyber hack ourselves. We focus in on security tools and providing advice to keep companies safe. And the more you do that, the more you become a victim. And that's what happened with us. So our checking account was hacked, our credit card, our debit card, our Twitter, our website, the list goes on and on and on.
How'd you recover from that?
Well, it took time. It actually became a federal investigation. Once the amount gets above a certain amount, then the bank turns you to fraud department, federal investigation. It's still ongoing, trying to find out what exactly happened, but it's slowly piecing together and we're finding out. So right away we had to say, well, we got to be more secure and improve our passwords and everything else across the board.
So what type of hacks are there? How can this happen?
There's a lot of different types of hacks, and it certainly can concern all of us because it affects each and every one personally, but probably one of the worst lately is these phishing attacks where they're really targeting people to gain further information. And that's where there's an attachment embedded in an email and it's so convincing you want to click on it because it looks familiar. We do that, then malware is downloaded, or it may redirect us to another site where they try to get more information about us.
Wow. And is there any way to avoid that?
Well, don't click on any attachments, number one, especially if it looks too good to be convincing. Yet everybody does this every single day. So it's a tremendous problem. So just make sure you don't click on any of these attachments because they look too convincing.
Got it. And then there's a computer pick, that type of thing?
Yeah, there's all kinds of things there. And then certainly you look at some of the other breaches recently. The one that's really concerning is this Office of Personnel Management where the federal government was hacked, over 14 million federal employees. And again, there they may go targeting, and this was supposedly from China. It could be, again, phishing attacks, trying to gather further information for espionage or military gain, all kinds of things that are going to come out.
Now, can you tell you're being hacked before it's too late? Is there something you could do, or is this usually once you realize it, you're in it deep?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's usually you realize it after it happens and all the things we hear about responses to it, and that's what's so concerning. So you really got to take steps up front. Strong passwords, not clicking on attachments, not sharing information, not putting out too much on social media. It's another huge area I always tell people about. We put our birth date and information out on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter. Keep that to a minimum. It's much, much safer.
And let's talk about the book, Hacked Again.
Sure, yeah. This is really an exciting tale, our own admonition of the mistakes that we've made, as well as some very practical tips that people can apply so that they don't get hacked and don't become a victim of it. So we delve in there. And then I also talk about the 4 major hacks: Home Depot, Target, iCloud, and of course the Sony breach there, so somebody can get the big picture of some of the larger hacks and how to stay safe.
But really, it can happen to just about anyone.
Anybody. It happened to us, it can happen to you, it can happen to the viewers. So yeah, we got to take steps to be prepared.
What would be the first thing you would do? Would you contact the police? Where do you start?
Yeah, it depends on
Cancel
what type
your
of
checking
hack.
account, I suppose?
Yeah, I guess if it's something related to the bank or credit card, immediately call them. That's what helped save us, and we got our money back quickly. I contacted them within 1 hour. So monitoring our credit card statements, very important. Banking statements, anything online, monitor it closely.
And probably do different passwords for everything. That would be a good tip.
Yeah. Password reuse is a huge problem. If you use the same password on multiple sites.
It's easy to remember that way, but...
Yeah, very easy to remember, but very dangerous if you do that, because once they get one, they've got the whole thing. And we saw what happened just this week. LastPass, which is a password management tool, you put in one master password, it records all those passwords, so you can recover them anywhere. Well, they got hacked themselves. So everybody's getting hacked. So big, long, strong passwords, 15 characters or more, I recommend. Numbers, uppercase, symbols.
Just write them down somewhere, I guess?
Write them down in a little black book and lock it up and keep it safe.
There you go. Scott, where can we find your book?
Hackedagain.com, and it'll be available Amazon and all the other common places, Barnes & Noble, so on.
Well, thanks for the advice today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.